Now that I've applied my CSS Reset, I use the Yahoo user interface reset. What happened is that before everything was gray when my window was open, but now it's sort of collapsed. You see, and the only thing that's gray is the part that the container div is part of. So just trying to determine what's going on and why that's happening, I'll use my web developer plugin for Firefox and go view style information. That way I could kind of just hover over stuff, and at least I know, even without finding any more information, I know that this white part, the body, isn't in that area yet, and this part over here is the body. So if I click on the gray, see, now I see what styles are being applied to this thing. First is my gray background over here in the one that I made, my personal style.css, and then the YUI reset, which now I see is the 3.2.0. Well, that's resetting the padding and the margins, and that's exactly what's causing this to happen. Now, actually, before I even go into what we could do about that, I see a problem here. I see that, the way this is listed is it's listed in the way the CSS is cascading. So first, my personal document, my personal CSS style sheet is being considered, rendered, and then the YUI reset is being rendered. Well, what's the problem with that? Well, think about it. Anything that it's going to reset, anything I set that's going to be reset later is actually not going to be reset later. It's going to be reset, so the end result of what the user sees is the reset value, not the one I applied, right? Because it's the cascading style sheet. So first order of business is to correct the way I linked to this document. If I go back to my source, here we go. Here's my error. This is going to drive me nuts. I am first adding my style, linking my style sheet, then I'm linking the YUI. So if I set a default value for like the header, right, to be like, I don't know, 2 EMs, well, it's going to be set 2 EMs and reset by the YUI document. So I need to fix that. Situation fixed. Now, the other issue is whether or not I want to add margins or padding to this document to get it all in gray. Well, the answer to that is no. I'm not going to bother doing that. Essentially, this thing is meant to function sort of as a widget. So ultimately, even the fact that I have it aligned in the center right now is just for development purposes. When I'm all done with this, I'm going to take off any kind of positioning and have this whole little preview pane, or whatever you want to call it, the viewport. I'm just going to have it aligned right here to the top left, so that if I ever want to use it in another document, its positioning is not fighting whatever the document's positioning is, So if this thing was to sit in, like, if you just imagine a 2-column layout with a column on the right, and you put this on the right, you wouldn't want it to be perfectly centered in that column. Maybe you do. I mean, you'll figure that out later. But I guess for now, I could keep it generic. I'm not going to worry about this reset, because the other thing, this background is gray, but when I actually use it, it'll be clear. So although the reset changed some things for me, its benefit is worth it. So I'm going to keep it. And actually, this is also a lesson for me in that I shouldn't have gone this far as it is and then applied the reset, because then I may have had to backtrack more than I'm going to, which is not at all. So the CSS reset, ideally, you pop it in the beginning, so while you're working, you see the results. You don't generate a bunch of styling and then apply it, and then, oh my, now I got to change a bunch of stuff.